which stands for Hope, Unity, Love, and Innocence, is an upcoming exhibition designed to bring a message of hope and positivity during these trivial times within humanity, and especially in the wake of the political and social climate. And joining us to share the influences behind the exhibit style, we welcome curator Elba-Tamara Rodriguez. Hello.
Hi.
And welcome.
Thank you.
And so, first of all, is this like one of many curations that you're putting together?
This is my second.
This is your second.
My second curation, yes.
Yeah, I wanted to know, are you an artist?
Informally. I'm more specifically an art history major. I'm studying to be a curator.
You're studying to be, okay. And so what inspires your curations? Obviously, we can afford what you're curating this time around. So
Right.
is it based on the actual social climate that's in our current presence?
Yes, well, in this time, a lot of people are taking protests in a very negative way. It's a very anti-stance. And so instead of going into an anti-way, I wanted to go into a pro-way. You know, just promote positivity, love, hope, instead of just kind of breaking down those, you know, our president, things like that.
Who? Sorry. I couldn't
Yeah,
help myself.
right.
So the beauty of what I have reviewed and researched in your work and your choice of works, as well as your influences, which I want to share with our viewers, is particularly in the, what's his name, Felix, is it?
Gonzalez
Felix
Torres.
Gonzalez Torres, right? And he was an artist who had AIDS, right?
Well, his lover died of AIDS complications.
And so that influenced his art piece, the Untitled piece, in which you are now kind of designing or inspired by, we'll say, right? Not you as the artist, but in the curation.
Yeah, as an art historian, I think it's important to reference, you know, art is not created in a vacuum. So it's important to reference all those arts that came before us because eventually they influence what we do. So with Felix Gonzalez Torres, he created a pile of candy, which was showing at the Met Breuer. And guests were invited to take them away as a symbolism to his lover passing away. But what I wanted to do was create a bowl of conversation hearts. And you're invited to take away that candy, but in order to create a positive message and share the positive message on those hearts with the people in the exhibit.
Yeah, I love the symbolism behind the people taking the candy away and how it's just basically dissolving and it kind of relates to negligence as well, or the neglect that people who end up with the disease end up feeling. But then it's also the colors and the art. And so with your curation, what is that representing for you in being influenced by today's social issues?
Well, I just think it's important for us to have a voice, and however we can express our concern or our voice, whether it be in the medium of art or, you know, song, poetry, marching, the Women's March, you know, and it's important for me to know that I am still referencing art and historically into our present social climate.
It's lovely, and you're honoring the artist as well. So what should we expect at this exhibit?
Oh, well, I'm going to have food and refreshments, free raffle, candy, chocolates, music, you know, just a very hopeful and positive environment. Oh, and I'm also having somebody give out free hugs. So anybody wants to come, and that's also a nod to the Free Hugs campaign, which was created due to the xenophobia that's going on in our society.
Wow, you're really conscious about everything.
Yes.
It seems like it's being really detailed, it's being curated very detailed oriented.
Thank you, yes.
And also not just for the visual, from the other stimulating senses as well. That's hot. So, so I understand you're also still looking for artists?
Yes, I have posters that I've put out, flyers rather. The deadline is February 4th. And I'm still looking for any art submissions, whether it be sculptural, you know, just basically all mediums. So I can be reached at lehmanartdonations@gmail.com. And I can meet with them, and hopefully I can put them in my exhibit.
So when does the exhibit go up, and how long is it
The
going to be on
opening
display?
reception is Valentine's Day
Okay.
from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Lehman Art Building in their vestibule. and it's going to run until the end of April.
Nice. That's a nice long exhibit. And in the spring, blossoming, you know, I'm also referencing
Absolutely.
all the symbolism.
Oh, for sure.
Yes. No, awesome. Great stuff, Elba. I'm
Thank you.
looking forward to visiting it.
Thank you so much.
And you guys, once again, the exhibition is set to open on February 14th, but they're still accepting artwork, and the deadline to submit any work conveying hope, unity, love, and innocence is February 4th, and you can email Elba at lehmanartdonations@gmail.com, correct?
Yes.
Just want to make sure. Okay, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll get some cool fashion tips for a man. You don't want to miss that. Don't go anywhere.